My pleasure to be joined with Michael Stewart. Michael, great to see you, man. And this is one of my favorite bikes. I've been watching this thing in Top Sportsman back in the day. It's unusual. You can have a lot of different combinations in this category. You do not have the billet engine. Nope. You got that old school cowl, but clearly you got enough to run 460. Tell me what's going on inside that engine.
We got 500 cams in there.
Jeez.
GPZ head. Nothing special. Just a small motor, small guy, a little bit of nitrous, and she worked.
And do I see we got the old Schnitz Pro Series up here?
Pro Series.
Oh, that's a great pice of equipment.
You know, I like try to keep it old school.
I like it.
Show some of these GPS guys, you know, we can keep it simple and plain, you know.
Well, you know, technology is amazing. We talked to some racers that have their tuners tuning remotely, and you know, you still doing it in a little bin of an old school way. Do you feel like you still got a chance to compete with all these heavy hitters?
Oh, for sure. I won XDA August race, you know. That was a big thing for me. Racing 460 for 5 years, you know. So, but you know, I just feel you don't need all of that technology to run an index class. I see if we was running Grudge or All Out Pro Extreme or something like that, trying to run that number, I see you really need it. But with this index class, you see I'm making it work.
I love it, man. You're here with the whole crew from Maryland. I see even your dad's here. Yes, what's it been like having your father as an influence on your racing program?
It's been great just having them travel with me. My road partner, you know, coming along, helping me push. Just a whole lot of time being spent together. So you know, it's not about the racing; it's about time being spent. No matter whether we lose first round, the bike break, we can't even make the event. It's time being spent.
I love it, man. Well, you know I love my old school cows and my KZ, so I'll be rooting for you. What are you predicting here for what could be a one and done qualifying shot?
Well, I'm trying to go out there and put it in the 60s, you know.
Are you scared about going under at all? I've heard some guys saying they want to keep it a little conservative.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that. I know it's a 32 bike field. We have some street bikes here that's bringing that number up. I'm a little worried into it, but you know, hopefully the tuning that I put in there, I'm relying on it. I'm just gonna ride that bad boy all the way through.
I love it, man. Last thing I got to ask you about too, you got the Stone Cold Steve Austin livery on the back, 316, raise hell. You a big Stone Cold fan?
Oh yeah, most definitely. The biggest thing of all, I was born on that day.
You were born on 316?
Yeah, I was born on 316.
Gosh, how about that?
Then I am a Stone Cold fan, you know what I mean? That's where I got that from. You know?
That's cool.
So it all just wraps itself together and just make me awesome with it.
Well, you know what I'm thinking. We got to arrange a meet and greet here because Stone Cold is a Kawasaki guy.
Is he?
Kawasaki ambassador, races Kawasaki's. He would love this bike. He would love the cow power. We got to make it happen, man.
Oh, man, we definitely can make that happen. I probably wouldn't be able to talk. You know what I mean?
Well, good luck to you, man. We wish you all the best here. We'll see what he can do. First qualifying shot coming up. Suzuki Hayabusa ready to go into the lane. We've got, I do believe, the Kawasaki KZ of my man Kong. Here we go. Creeping in. Old school versus new school. Austin 316 machine versus the red, white, and blue Busa. I love to respect my elders. I love a nod to a bygone era, and that right there is all about an homage. All right, so a 550, an unfortunate problem. Looks like the bike didn't want to shift. What happened?
Yeah. Well, got out to third gear, didn't want to shift the fourth. Not sure why. I think I know why. I think 2 races ago, bike didn't shift. Kind of jammed up a shift fork, but, you know, went through the gears, kind of felt right. Didn't feel like dropping the oil pan. So I suffered for it today, not being able to make a full pass. But that 5 got me into qualifying now.
You did,
you know?
yeah. You're on the plus side. Thank
Right.
goodness the way that this shakes
Right,
out.
right,
Okay,
right.
so what are we doing for tomorrow? Are we putting another bullet in? Are we putting another? Are we changing shift forks?
Well, we already did that. As soon as we got it back to the trailer.
How quickly can you do that?
Probably like 30 minutes. It don't
That is
don't take too long.
unbelievable, man. How'd you do it so quickly?
I mean, all you do is just drop the oil pan on this, and my
Okay.
mechanic, he made it to where we can drop the oil pan, you remove 2 bolts, and then you could just pull that shift rod straight out, and, you know, the springs, forks, and everything just fall right out. So it don't take no time. I can do it. So, you know.
That's impressive, man. Well, did you get any positive data at all from like the 60-foot or anything like that?
I haven't even hooked up the computer to it. Normally, when it don't make that full pass, it don't even really matter to me. I mean, it was a 117 60-foot, like a 304, 330, but that was right when it did not shift. So it was on a good pass. I know it wasn't a 59. I know it wasn't a 60, but it was damn sure was a 61, 62.
No, that's all right. You can say the D word here on
Right.
YouTube. We've heard worse on YouTube.
Right.
Thank you very much for that, though. What I need to ask you about this KZ, what is the most difficult part of keeping this bike together? What's the hardest thing to maintain? What does it wear out?
This bike pretty much stays solid. I had a lot of problems in the beginning, just getting the right stuff on here, the right combination, learning how to ride it, staying in the gas all the way until you get the 4th gear. I had a 1-2-3 auto on here at first, you know, and had a lot of problems with it going through transmissions. But as of right now, shift forks is about the biggest thing, you know, this thing can really give you, but it normally shifts every time.
How many passes you usually get out of a set of shift forks?
Oh, phew. I could say at least a good 50, 60 before
50,
I start.
60 passes. Okay.
Yeah, before you start wanting to pull them out and check them and everything like that. So, yeah.
Well, let's hope for some better luck. These guys are on it.
Yeah.
They've already got a fresh set of shift forks in this big bad Austin 316 KZ. So
Yes, sir.
Good luck, man. We'll hope for the best. Kawasaki Power. Let us know what you think down below.
Just putting it in the front like you're pushing that blanket up.
Yeah, I talked to Kong last night. He bent shift forks in that Kawasaki KZ. They got him changed, and he's hoping his luck turns around right here. It is the Austin 316 old school KZ. Second. .465 001, that'll get him into the next round. He's been top 10 in the XDA the last 7 rounds. He is a tough racer. Kawasaki power. Let us know what you think down below. If you like this video, here's another one for you. Subscribe right in the middle, and you know if there's anything fast motorcycles or Kawasaki's, we're in. Cycle Drag rolls on.
I'm looking for Ronnie Procopio. If you know the guy, send him my way.
Oh, calling out the GOAT.
That's right.
Good.